Welcome to Investors Insights, episode number 190. Today we will be discussing the presidential election and how it impacts your portfolio. And also don't forget to connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We'd like to continue the discussion there. So let's get right into the topic that's very important to everybody today.
You're listening to Investors Insights with Greg Powell and the Portfolio Strategy team from Five Plan Partners.
So let's get started. The topic of the day on November 7th, right before the election, is the presidential election. We've got some interesting data. I want to emphasize here that we're not trying to say this candidate is going to win or this candidate is going to lose. What we're trying to say is we've done a lot of research here at Five Plan Partners and do an analysis as to how we think things could fall out on November 8th. And that we're anticipating different scenarios and how we react to those for our clients' portfolios. So on that note, Bobby, you had a great chart this morning in the meeting and a lot of data. Talk about that for a minute. Share that with our viewers.
Yeah, we got a great chart given to us by Strategas Research Partners, one of the firms that we follow and partner up with research. And so based on this chart, there's two main scenarios that we want to kind of talk about here today. The first one is the Democratic president and Senate, and then the House remains Republican. That's about a 45% chance of happening. And so based under that, the sector winners of that would be infrastructure spending, U.S. multinational corporations, and then the Affordable Care Act. So that would be good there. Losers under that scenario might be the energy companies. I think the clean energy would be a big thing under Hillary Clinton's administration. And then the second most probable scenario would be that the Republicans take the presidency and retain the House and the Senate. And so under that, we give that about a 40% chance of probability with that scenario. And under that scenario, we'd have defense, financials, pharma and biotechs. That would be a good sector. And then also the losers might be, again, the Affordable Care Act, thinking that they could repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. So based two main scenarios there. And so, with the viewers watching tomorrow night, watching the results, if you're wondering how it's going to impact the market, this chart is really good. So,
and then Trey, you brought up some interesting points in relation to that.
Yeah, so I think everyone will be watching top of the ticket, the presidential election. How's that coming down? I think what's also extremely important, to Bobby's point, is the underlying elections, the Senate elections and the House, and how those are breaking out.
Right. And
the election, so that very much impacts the market, the perceived winner of that. So that'll be decided early because we're going to watch very important states from New Hampshire, North Carolina, Florida.
Sure.
Ohio is
Eastern time.
Yeah. Thank goodness, Eastern time, hopefully. And I think based on how those go, even if they don't go for Donald Trump, if the senators, the Republican senators that are trying to defend their seat, maintain their seats, then you have that split government situation. That's extremely important in terms of the market, what they're pricing in. Because a few weeks back, when it looked like it was going to be a wave election for Hillary Clinton, then people started to price in the House and the Senate getting lost and the market traded down.
Right.
And then when the FBI investigation came out, the market fell because they started pricing in change that Hillary might not win.
Right.
And so we saw 9 straight days of SP 500 being lower. That's the longest streak in 36 history.
Yeah, I think it was December 11th of 1980 was when that happened.
Exactly. And so but it's not extreme volatility. People are just not willing to make positive or negative bets. I think they got burned in Brexit. The big institutional investors is not high volume.
Sure.
It's just slowly ticking down. You had 9 straight down days, but only down 3%. And so not a major move. I think people are just kind of getting ahead of it and just not wanting to make a big bet, so they don't want to get burned.
Right. And I think a point needs to be made here from a historical standpoint, and there are no guarantees by any means. But that said, is that the day after the election or the next few days after the election really don't determine the future of the market or the economy. I mean, there's knee-jerk reactions. It gets emotional. We'll probably see volatility, but at times where there's volatility, there can also be opportunity. So on that note, we encourage you to go out and cast your vote, to take this in as a historic time, and to know that here at Five Plan Partners, we are watching your portfolio. We're going to keep you updated, and there's more news to come. So thanks for watching us, and also don't hesitate to forward this to anybody that you feel like will benefit from it as well. Have a great week.
More information at fiplanpartners.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.